Everyone, it's Carrie Wilson back for another video, and we're talking about being lit up from the inside and being aligned with your soul purpose, and why it's so important to identify when you get into this mode and keep going after it. For me, I didn't really know what my path was. I didn't really know what it felt like to be lit up from the inside until I started pushing myself outside of my comfort zone and started doing things that to me felt like it was a big stretch. I've never done it before, but something in me knew that I could do it. Okay, I knew I could do this. So for this is a true story. I was at a meeting, a global meeting with a bunch of colleagues, and we were sitting and watching a training. The facilitator was, I guess, was doing her best effort, but this was probably the worst training I've ever sat through. I mean, the ending was like the ending of Lord of the Rings. It just never stopped. And I remember being so frustrated and drained by the end of the training. I really didn't get any benefits out of it, but I was drained and I was frustrated. And I was sitting there thinking, I can do that. I can do that. I can get in front of a class and I can teach something. I knew I could do it. Something in me just said, I can do that. If that resonates for you, if you've ever come across something and watched somebody do something or just witnessed something and said, I could do that, go ahead and put a comment in below. Just give an example of what it is, or a like below if that resonates for you. For me, that gave me a way to kind of step into my creatorship. I knew I could do it. I've never done it before. And then I was given a chance to do it. And lo and behold, I stood in front of 45 people and presented a session, and it went over so well. 98% of the participants said it was excellent, and they said it was worth their time. This is what they need more of. If I wouldn't have done that, I would have never known. When I stood in front of these people, I literally felt like my whole being was glowing. Like, I didn't even get nervous. I was more nervous about the nerves that were going to come. They didn't come, and I just kind of nailed it. I was like, I felt like I was in my element. I would do it again in a heartbeat because it felt so good. I was lit up from the inside. And the amazing thing was that for the rest of that week, I kept on calling these amazing experiences to me. So let's talk about, how do you get into this place where you are feeling this pull to do something, or what do you do that makes you so happy? These are all indicators of what you're here to do in this lifetime. Now, it's going around a lot, especially in the spiritual community, that this is the time of the great awakening. If you're a light worker, you're probably going to feel this pull a little bit more to step into your creatorship, to do exactly what you came here to do. It's that pull, that pulling and needling you, and you don't feel at peace until you do it. For example, creating these videos for me, I know this is something that I have to do. I know this is going to call in my tribe, whatever the timing is. Whenever you see this video, whatever I'm putting out, I know it's going to be beneficial to someone somewhere along the way. And it makes me feel so good and positive and just like I'm ready to do this. This is the feeling that I want every one of you to get. So let's talk about a little bit of how we know, or what indications may come up to know that you are on the right path. One, I would definitely sit and think about what gifts that are unique to you. Now, these gifts are probably very present to you in childhood, and they may have been perceived by others as a fault. Maybe if you are very emotional, you're very sensitive, or you're different in some way, or you like doing things differently than other people do, that might be an indicator. For me, for example, I have a very soft voice. My voice isn't made to shout across rooms. It just doesn't do that. It actually, when I strain it, it actually hurts me to do that. So when I was young and a little child, in a world where you had to speak to be heard, and everybody's talking over everybody else, me to try to talk, my voice was too soft. I was always told, Carrie, speak up. Oh, don't listen to her. You can't hear her anyway. Like I was kind of like told to sit down and sit back a little bit because my voice just wasn't the strongest in the room. Well, I thought that was a fault, that, I don't know, maybe it led to me not speaking up as much as I would because I just didn't think my voice would make a difference. Well, lo and behold, my voice may not be built to shout across rooms, but it is made to lead guided meditations. And I've gotten so many compliments on my voice. Since I started using my voice in the way it was supposed to be used, I've gotten nothing, nothing but positive feedback from it. That makes me so happy, even still thinking about it. I wish, but lo and behold, it was never a weakness. It was a strength. It's who I am. It's a gift that is unique to me that I can use to help other people. We get into this misconception that talent means that you can sing, dance, you're artistic or you're a painter or crafty and somehow, but that's not really what it's limited to. Talents come in all different ways. You see people that work with animals and they rescue animals, and that's what lights them up. They don't care about how much they get paid. Their reward is helping others. There are people that volunteer their time just out of the goodness of their heart because it lights them up. It's all an example of what they're truly here to do. And guess what? They're happy people. They are much happier. It's not about, what they're getting in exchange, because what they're getting is a reward for helping other people. And once that happens, you are aligned and then miracles start to happen for you. So I would encourage you to think about what lights you up. What talents that are unique to you that maybe you perceived as a weakness as a child, but that were always there, but nobody else can do what you do the same way you do it. And that's the truth for almost everyone. If you are a photographer, I have a very good friend that's a photographer and she's great at what she does, but she's not the only photographer in the world, but it doesn't mean that she can't be in the photography market because she has a gift that is unique to her. Facilitating sessions. Now, I know that is a gift that is unique to me. When I am on stage and I have a mic on, it's like a completely different person comes out of me. And I gotta tell you, it feels so good when I am leading something like that and really, really making a change in somebody else's life. So sit and think about gifts that are unique to you that you can focus on to bring that light out a little bit more. It's worth it. We are in the age of Aquarius now. We are in the Great Awakening. Things are going to start to change. People are going to start coming out with all these talents, these gifts that they didn't know they had, or they did know they had them, but they didn't think they could use them in any way that could benefit anyone else. You're going to start seeing amazing things happen. So I'm inviting you, my beautiful friends, to think about what is unique to you that lights you up, truly lights you up from the inside. And I'm going to close this video with something my guides told me to tell you. It is very important not to let your previous human experience dictate what you can do at a soul level. Just because things didn't go so well for you in the past does not mean that you cannot create beautiful things in the future. Don't let your past hold you back from what you can create, because we are constantly creating. What we do today creates our tomorrow. So don't let past experiences, no matter if it's romantic relationships, personal relationships, finances, family relationships, don't let that dictate what you're capable of doing in the future. I hope that helps. If you like this video, go ahead and like below. And until next time, remember, the only limits you will ever experience are the ones you put on yourself. And when in doubt, just keep going. Even if it's baby steps, just keep going. All right, until next time, love you.